Welcome back. This is Chapter 12, Public Policy. The last chapter we talked about public finance, now public policy. Public finance was how we paid for everything in Texas. Public policy are the laws, and there are a lot of laws in Texas, a lot of laws in the United States, and a lot of places where you need laws, okay? We need laws for public safety to protect us from criminals. We need laws relative to public transportation and just driving down the street. We need laws relative to water, because you just quite simply cannot function as a human without water. And in case you haven't figured it out, Texas doesn't have a lot of water. So there are a whole set of laws related to water. So, as far as this discussion goes, when we talk about public policy, we're talking about law. Public policy is enacted by the state legislature, which means the state legislature creates laws, and they create laws relative to a variety of things concerning our welfare in the state of Texas. And when I talk about welfare, I'm not necessarily talking about being poor and getting welfare payments or food stamps or something like that. The state is concerned about our overall welfare, and as a result of that, they have lots of laws. Let me give you some examples. There are laws pertaining to what teachers need to do monitoring students. Okay? Now, teachers basically go to school to be teachers. That's what they love doing. That's what they want to do. They don't want to be police officers. They want to teach. Teachers basically oppose any type of move that requires them to investigate their students or their families, the students' families, and report them to other officials. Teachers don't want to be the welfare police, whereby they determine that maybe somebody might have food stamps but be living in a mansion and driving a very expensive car. That's not their job. They want to teach. But we do make some exceptions. And one of those exceptions is that teachers, by law, in Texas and most states in the United States, do have to monitor the well-being of their students. If a teacher observes that any student of theirs, in fact, doesn't have to be their student, any student in their school, if a teacher observes that maybe there might have been physical abuse, that teacher must, by law, report that to the police. If the teacher does not report that potential abuse to the police, the teacher is guilty of a crime, the teacher can be fired, the teacher can go to jail, and the teacher can lose his or her teaching credentials. That's public policy, okay? So, public policy laws are about protecting citizens of the United States, the state of Texas, the city of El Paso, and hopefully creating a safer environment. Part of public policy are stop signs. So, in one of the Midwestern states, I would want to say it's Indiana, when automobiles first became popular. In those early days, they had 2 automobiles in Indiana. And those 2 automobiles were driving down different roads. But it just so happened those automobiles intersected. The roads those automobiles were on intersected. And there were no rules, because cars were new. They didn't know what to do. And so, since it was a plain state, no mountains, no trees, those cars, for a good 15-20 minutes, watched as they approached each other. They came to an intersection. And since there were no signs, those 2 cars hit each other. That's how stop signs in the United States were created. Government is about creating laws, public policy, to protect us. What I'd like for you to do as the assignment for this lesson is to, number one, outline 3 areas of public policy that the state legislature concerns itself with, and then specifically talk about, in 100 to 150 words, the water policy for the state of Texas. I look forward to seeing you again. Hope you have a great week.